Hello and welcome to my first podcast. Today you are listening to Aren't We All Investors? Yes, I'm your host Max Röck, and I started this episode with a question. Have you thought about it? Any of you, regardless who you are, regardless in which country you live, regardless of your age, your origin, your religion, or the amount of siblings, children, and what kind of relationship you are, if you are in a relationship or not, aren't we all investors? Any of you, have you considered yourself an investor? Well, I certainly haven't really, to be honest. But in the last probably 3 or 6 months, on every social media, those charts showing up from investment apps, showing how they have multiple 3 figures or even 4 figures daily profits. Something from an investor app where they copy successful traders. Something I could never believe, and I still certainly don't believe in. But I got to chat with one of them who actually exceeds some of those investments. But consider the amount he puts into such apps, such investments. A couple of hundreds or even 1,000 per day investment looks much smaller than it did at first. But what I really want to talk to you about is you are also an investor. It's not the money I'm talking about you investing. Or maybe it is. But have you ever come across the number 86,400? Well, that might not be the amount I've been talking about, while it's quite close to the person have been invested to make daily 1,000 while having drawbacks at some certain times as well. But that's the amount we all daily invest. Sometimes we just waste it, depending on what we have done the previous day. But that amount, 86,400, is the amount of seconds a day has. There's 60 seconds in a minute, there's 60 minutes in an hour, and there's 24 hours in a day. Those added up are 86,400 seconds in a day. So daily we have that amount of seconds to be invested. So how do you invest them? Obviously it's not that easy to track return on that amount we invest. But think about it. Are you sleep in long, turn around a couple of times after your alarm went off, and just waste those invaluable seconds every single day? Or do you get up, exercise, maybe take a hot and cold shower? I illustrated a couple of episodes before, and then you might meditate, journal, read something new, increase your mind, increase your mindset, improve your attitude towards challenges we face on a daily basis. That all investments in ourselves, how to broaden ourselves, increase our capacity to become something greater than we are right now. Or do we dwell about challenges which are put into our lives? Challenges we may have attracted ourselves because we have been dwelling about the things other people really appreciate about their lives. So how are you spending your time? I'm not perfect either. I'm still working on it. And as you know, and as I have mentioned before, perfection is a game we will never win. There's only progress along the way. So I'm also wasting time. I have been off from my regular day job for the last 2 weeks. And what I have done, which I really haven't done when I'm working 8 or 10 hours a day, I've been watching Netflix, as we may all do. I've enjoyed episodes some days late into the night, which made me struggle to get up in the morning and focus on the things I wanted to do. But sometimes we need to slow down to be able to accelerate even quicker and for a longer time than we would have been able before. Slowing down, finding our inner peace and strength within us will make us stronger and more successful in the long run. So although I was talking about wasting time, sleeping in, turning around while your alarm goes off, sometimes that is an investment necessary. And what I mean by that is we need to put in the required amount of sleep. We need to feel fit and well and motivated to get the things done we are planning on getting done. I'm tracking all I can. I'm using my Apple Watch, for instance, to track the quality of sleep I had the previous day. So if we're gonna check that live here right now from my sleep last night, at 7 hours of sleep, while 4 hours and 8 minutes were quality sleep, and 1 hour 30 was deep sleep, with an average heart rate of 56, which gives me a HRV from 90 waking up, waking heart rate of 52, which gives my readiness score into the second best, green, all stars. I was only awake for 50 minutes that day. That's actually a pretty impressive deep sleep. I haven't gotten that much deep sleep in a really long time, and that made me really fit in the morning, that amount of deep sleep. So just because we lie in for 10 hours or 11 hours after a night out doesn't mean we are rested well, because our quality sleep and deep sleep will decrease because of the alcohol our body needs to process. So we want to waste that time lying in bed because we are not recovering fully. Well, if there are certain tricks we can do, so if you avoid alcohol before going to bed, or at all, and you don't look into any artificial lights before you go to bed, your phone, your television, or anything else, maybe read the book with it's still really long light outside with normal natural light. Maybe you'll be able to sit on your terrace, balcony and do that. You feel tired on yourself, and when you go to bed you fall asleep very quickly, which I also track how long it takes me to fall asleep, and I usually need only a couple of minutes. So if I wasn't really good taking that advice I just given you, so I was on my phone maybe even when I went to bed already. It might take me 10, 12 or 16 minutes to get and fall to sleep. So that's what I see, and then the next day I can track that, or I put an alcohol or wine glass onto it because I had a wine for dinner before I went to bed, and I can see that with my quality of sleep. So because I monitor that, I can find trends in how I sleep and how I feel the next day. So if I'm not having that great of a day or great of a night's sleep, I might not do that much exercise in the evening. I might not go for that fast run I would like to do to increase my speed and get ready for a half marathon I want to run in 1 hour and 50 minutes, even below that. So I'm able to give my body the necessary attention I need to perform well and good. And the same is if I'm not rested well, I can't be focusing on work and the complicated task I need to do. So I have to invest that time otherwise. Maybe do some administration work I have to catch up, which don't need much of my brain power, which are just ticking the boxes, scanning receipts or anything like that, because I know I didn't have a really nice night of rest, which makes my brain work well. So considering that, I'm be able to focus the time considered my abilities on that specific day. There are different options and possibility to track your sleep. Even if you use standard, I think, I'm not sure what it's called, night shift or so, on your phone, which turns down the blue light in your iPhone. I'm not sure on Android phones, whatever it's gonna work. I have another app called, I think it's called Flux on my laptop, which also removes that light. The screen looks strange in the beginning, but really, if you work along evenings on those artificial light machines, devices we all carry around with us, you will see you feel much more tired and you sleep much better and have better rest for the next day. So try that out for yourself, and you will see how much more you can get done in less time and how much more rested you feel. And what I also heard, I'm not sure it was read on a blog article or another podcast, is if you want to get up early on the next day, you have to push yourself through. It's similar, just coming out of holidays, I slept much longer than I would usually do when I'm working. So to get back to that rhythm you want to have, while you have to get more stuff done during the day or in the morning or evening hours, it's like having a jet lag. If you get there, if you get to the US, get to Europe, when you live in the US, you have to push through that. Go to bed early, not staying up although you don't feel tired. Get up early so you get your body into that circadian rhythm necessary for your wanted time. So that's all I'm gonna want to discuss today. So keep in mind, we are all investors in some sense. We all invest our time wisely or not. That depends on what you are focusing on. If the time you spend of those 86,400 seconds a day towards something meaningful for you, you're investing your time. It's really hard to measure your return on that invested time. But if it gets you only 1 second closer to the dream you're looking to achieve, I think that time is invested wise. And there's nobody else to judge than yourself. If you need outside guidance, motivation, or just reflection and you want to talk about it, feel free to go into the episode notes, take one of the links to contact me. If it's, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, go to my website, email address, whatever, reach out to me. I'm really happy to jump on a call and discuss it with you, what my experiences are in more detail, depending on what your experiences are, and we can share them and see what we can get out of our experiences and help each other to get even better with that. Feel free to reach out. I would really love to hear your feedback on that specific episode. And if you resonated with anything I have been talking today about, do me a favor and share this episode within the next 24 hours with 3 of your friends who really can need the words I have been spoken today. So I really want to thank you for listening until the end of this episode. And if you have anything you want me to discuss further in relation to investing your time or in any other relation you think I'm qualified to add my 2 cents to, please also feel free to reach out. I'm really grateful for the time you spent listening to me, reaching out to me, sharing my content. Thank you for listening. I'm your host, Max Röck, and until next time.